Ever wondered how that piece of paper in your wallet became so powerful? Let's journey back to the dawn of civilization, where the barter system was the cornerstone of trade. Goods were exchanged for other goods, but as societies grew more complex, so did their needs. Enter gold, a precious metal that was universally accepted. Gold coins became the standard, but carrying them around wasn't exactly convenient. So, what did we do? We invented paper currency, a representation of gold held in vaults. But with the abandonment of the gold standard in the 20th century, money became a social construct, backed by the trust we place in our governments. Today, we stand at the brink of another revolution with digital currencies. More than just paper or coins, money is now a series of zeros and ones in a computer. It's an abstract concept, a symbol of value we collectively believe in. So that's how a simple piece of paper turned into a tool that rules the world. Imagine a thief who steals from you without you even realizing it. Meet inflation. Inflation, in its simplest sense, is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and subsequently how the purchasing power of money is falling. It's a bit like being on a treadmill that gradually speeds up. You have to run faster and faster just to stay in the same place. Now, to paint a clearer picture, let's take a trip to the grocery store. You've got your shopping list, bread, milk, eggs, and so forth. Today, you walk out of the store with a full bag for, let's say, $20. Fast forward a few years, you walk into the same store with the same list, but this time, your $20 doesn't stretch quite as far. The price tags haven't changed much, but somehow, you're getting less bang for your buck. That's inflation at work, slowly but surely eroding the value of your money. But where does this invisible thief come from? Well, inflation can be caused by a variety of factors. Sometimes it's due to increased production costs, such as higher wages for workers or more expensive raw materials. Other times, it's because demand for goods and services outstrips supply, and in some cases, it's a result of government policy. Regardless of the cause, the effect is the same. Your money doesn't go as far as it used to, and over time, that can add up to a significant loss of purchasing power. It's like having a hole in your pocket that gets slightly bigger each year. You might not notice it at first, but eventually you're going to start feeling the pinch. So, how can we protect ourselves from this invisible thief? One way is by understanding how inflation works and planning for it. That way you can make informed decisions about your money and hopefully stay one step ahead of the game. Inflation, the silent thief, constantly chips away at the value of your money, but how do governments try to control it? Let's find out. Governments have a couple of tools in their arsenal to keep inflation at bay: taxes and interest rates. This is the battlefield where economic policies wage war against inflation. Let's dive in to see how it works. Taxes, for one, are a method that governments use to control the flow of money. By adjusting tax rates, governments can influence both consumer spending and business investment. For instance, when the government increases taxes, it essentially takes more money out of the economy. This reduces the amount of money people have to spend, which can cool down an overheated economy and help to keep inflation in check. On the flip side, if the government decreases taxes, it leaves more money in the pockets of consumers and businesses. This can stimulate spending and investment, fueling the economy, especially during a downturn. Now, let's look at interest rates. Central banks use interest rates as a lever to control the country's money supply. When inflation is high, central banks can raise interest rates. This makes borrowing more expensive, which discourages people and businesses from taking out loans. As a result, spending slows down, and so does inflation. Conversely, when the economy is sluggish, central banks can lower interest rates to encourage borrowing and stimulate spending. Let's put this into perspective with a simple example. Imagine you want to buy a car but don't have enough cash on hand. If interest rates are high, you might think twice about taking out a loan due to the hefty interest payments. This decision, when replicated across millions of individuals and businesses, leads to a decrease in overall spending, cooling down the economy. On the other hand, if interest rates are low, you might be more inclined to take that loan and make your purchase. Again, multiply this decision across the population, and you have an increase in spending, which can boost a sluggish economy. So that's how taxes and interest rates come into play. But what can you do as an individual to protect your money? Let's explore that in our next scene. Armoring your finances against inflation and taxes isn't an impossible task. Quite the contrary, with a bit of knowledge and strategic planning, you can turn the tide in your favor. So let's delve into some valuable tips that can help you fortify your personal finances. First off, let's talk about saving. It's simple yet powerful. The more you save, the greater your financial cushion against unexpected expenses or economic downturns. But here's the thing, due to inflation, the value of money you save today might shrink tomorrow. So simply stashing your money away won't cut it. Instead, you need to make your money work for you. This brings us to our next point, investing. Investing can be a potent weapon against inflation. It's about putting your money into assets that could increase in value over time, outpacing inflation. Stocks, bonds, real estate, these are all examples of investment vehicles. But remember, every investment comes with its own set of risks. So it's crucial to diversify your portfolio, spreading your investments across different asset types to mitigate risk. Now let's touch upon a magical concept, compounding. Albert Einstein once said, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world." And he wasn't wrong. Compounding is the process where the interest you earn on your investment starts earning interest itself. It's like a snowball effect. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow exponentially. Finally, let's briefly discuss succession planning. It's about ensuring your wealth is passed on to your loved ones in the most efficient way possible. It might sound like something only the ultra-rich need to worry about, but that's not the case. If you have assets, no matter how modest, you should have a plan in place. Remember, the key to financial security isn't just earning more, but also saving smartly and investing wisely. So equip yourself with these tools and build your personal finance armor to stand strong against inflation and taxes. Today, we've traveled from the origins of money to how you can protect it. We've unraveled the mystery of money, faced the invisible thief, inflation, and explored the role of taxes and interest rates in keeping it in check. We've armed ourselves with personal finance tips, understanding how to save more, manage debt, and plan for the future. Next time you look at the money in your wallet, you'll see it with new eyes. Until then, keep saving, keep investing, and stay financially savvy.